Do for your brothers what they know they do for you. That's what Vietnam veteran and Medal of Honor recipient Sammy Davis said when he went across a river that was under enemy gunfire to rescue 3 wounded comrades. Star City's Nina Schlossberg tells us about her second report with a local veteran who risked it all for their service to the United States. She has more on Indiana resident Sammy Davis's heroic story.
If Sammy Davis's story sounds familiar, that's because his actions are portrayed in the popular 1990s movie Forrest Gump. Sammy Davis says it was an easy decision for him to go back and save his brothers in combat.
I'd been across that river and needed their help, but they would have come and got me, so I did for them what I knew they'd do for me.
Sammy Davis calls and considers all the men he fought beside in Vietnam brothers. This is why in 1967, he made his way across a river on an air mattress and brought back 3 of his fellow soldiers. One of the men had been shot in the chest, and Davis believed he was dead. That is until the soldier's chest started to rise and fall, and a medic in the Army helicopter confirmed he had a heartbeat.
Jim Deister was not dead. He survived, and he's still alive and doing real well. Lives in Salina, Kansas. All of his kids and grandkids called me Grandpa Sam.
Davis received the Medal of Honor for his actions took that day. His story was not only broadcast on television, but on the big screen as well.
They based the movie Forrest Gump Medal of Honor on my actual Medal of Honor citation, and they portrayed basically what happened in the movie Forrest Gump.
The movie even used the actual footage of Davis receiving his medal from President Lyndon B. Johnson. But the movie producers edited actor Tom Hanks's head over Davis's. Davis says he was aware that there was a movie being made about his actions in Vietnam, but the people who created the movie never interviewed him.
They spoke to my kids, they spoke to family, they spoke to people I'd known for most of my life.
Davis says some of the stories his family shared about his life made it into the movie as well.
Then they would start at it, well, tell me about time Sam drove his truck off the levee, just for instance. And that's how they got more and more and more and more and more stories to put in the movie Forrest Gump.
Davis isn't the only veteran from Vietnam portrayed in the movie Forrest Gump. Character Lieutenant Dan is based on Davis's friend Jim Logston, who's a member of the American Legion Post 11 in Lafayette.
Sam calls me Lieutenant Dan. We have a real personal connection with each other, and the guy that did Forrest Gump seemed to have followed us around or something.
Well, I've known Jim Logston. We weren't in the same unit, but we did a lot of the same operations together. We served together in Vietnam and got together after we came back home and have been brothers ever since.
And Logston says he had no idea Lieutenant Dan was a portrayal of him the first time he saw the movie.
Sam and I got together probably about a year or so after that, and we started talking, and that's where we came to the conclusion that he got the story from us.
Even with his heroic actions portrayed in a movie, Davis says his job still isn't finished. He risked his life fighting for his brothers because it's what he believed in, and he's encouraging others to do the same.
On the road 200 plus days a year, traveling and talking to America, trying to encourage everyone to stand up for what they believe is right in their heart.
Tomorrow, I'll have the story of one local man's connection to several Medal of Honor recipients and how he got a bridge named in their honor. Reporting in Lafayette, Nina Schlossberg, Star City News.